Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo version, though. So this is where I answer sporting questions from the chat. So get your questions in. Can Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur make it into the Europa League semi-finals as they both face tough tests today? Manchester United at home to Lyon. Tottenham travel away to Frankfurt. So I'm sure the vast majority of the questions are going to be about Manchester United. Like I said, get your questions in. Of course, yesterday we found out the 4 semi-finalists in the Champions League. Arsenal getting past Real Madrid, Inter Milan getting past Bayern Munich, Barcelona getting past Borussia Dortmund, and PSG getting past Aston Villa. Oh, you might have a question about the playoffs, people. Obviously, we've got the play-ins. We know all the 7 seeds. Now, tomorrow it is. We have the 4 teams vying for the 8th seed as well in the Eastern and Western conferences. So, but for those that haven't seen the sports Q&As before, like I said, it's where I answer questions from the chat. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat as well. So if you see me going to the same names, I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just one of the perks of the channel is the sports Q&A is your comment question taking priority on the sports Q&A. Link is in the pinned comment for the membership. But as always, before I get into the show, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, much love to you all. Make sure you run up the likes though. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, hit that like button on the video. So important you do that. Hit that like button. Share this out across all the socials as well. At That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. You see it on the screen. Please retweet and like on Twitter, share from Instagram, and just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit that notification bell, roll to 15K. Big up Warrior J in the cut. Big up Steve. As always, big up Gamer TV. Says big up to the man without any flaws. Flawless Mods chatting the other man on the panel. Hey, big up for the kind words. He says, in all honesty, I'm not confident tonight. I get it. I ain't confident tonight. The only reason I think we'll win is because I don't rate Lyon. That's what it is. It's not our greatness or Manchester United's skill level. It's their lack of skill that makes me go, yeah, we can get past these. There's any team who is of any form of competent level beats us. How many teams have we watched beat Manchester United in the Premier League comfortably? The amount of times we've lost, how many times can we say that was unfair? Probably on one hand, and you wouldn't fill up all fingers on one hand with that. So with this, yes, I think it will go similar to the Lyon game. Similar to the Sociedad game. I don't think it'll be 4-1, but I think we'll win the game like 2-1. Probably, I think we'll go a goal down as well. I think we will. I think we'll go a goal down. Big up to Venetia as well. It's a big up Flawless. I just answered this, but yeah, do you think we'll go through today? Yes, I do think we'll go through today. Like I said, I think we'll go a goal down and then come back. That's what it is. I think having Maino is key as well. Xerxes a big miss. And this manager going to put out a stupid lineup. He's going to put out that holy trinity of death with Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund. So we already know what the attack's going to look like. And then he's going to bring on Mount and Maino to try and not rescue it, but swing the game in our favor. You already know what he's going to do. So, and I think Maino will be a difference maker. You've seen the difference he made in the short time he had in the first leg. And he had, I think it's like 10 minutes he got on. Yeah, because he went on for Garnacho, I believe. And it was like 80 minutes in. So you've seen the difference he made, so I would say so. Jokic or SGA for MVP. Gotta go. I gotta go SGA. Considering people's biggest criticism about OKC is that they don't have a dominant second option. They don't have a quality second option. So the fact that he's led that team to first in a tough conference, many people have them getting to at least the Western Conference Finals. I think it has to be SGA. Of course, Jokic is Jokic. But MVP for me, SGA, I would say. Who else would I play in attack? I'd just go Bruno, Mount, Maino. That'd be the 3 I'd play. I'd start those 3. I'd literally play Bruno as a false 9. Like, why not? Well, yeah, like that's what I would do because I'm tired of Garnacho and Højlund. Play Bruno. I trust him in front of goal more than Højlund. And Mount, as much as I don't rate him, at least can control the football. And Maino's Maino. People say, oh, they're not fully fit. Play them and win the game inside 60 minutes. Play them. Don't wait to go a goal down and then we're chasing the game, knowing how bad our attack is. So that'd be the 3 I'd play because we can't play Cheeto when there's nobody else. And if you don't want to play Maino, play Eriksen, Mount, and Bruno then. if you don't want to play Maino. Basically, what I'm saying is everyone bar Højlund and Garnacho. So Bruno, Mount, Ericsson, Bruno, Mount, Maino. Or any combination of that for you would like, is what I would say. SGA deserved it last year. I thought we could argue that, but we know what they don't set. What is the criteria for the MVP? Because they don't actually say. It just seems like it's a popularity contest, to be honest, and there's many variables. Because you might be on the best team and be the best player, but not the most valuable player. Because there could be a team in fourth who without you would be a playing team. You're more important, even if you're not as good as that player who's in first and playing the best basketball. Big up Sheik every single time, you already know. Roy J says, in my view, the Arsenal versus PSG game, I think Arsenal could exploit PSG's defense. I don't know if you agree. I do agree. That's why I have Arsenal going through. I think they will exploit their defense. Midfield, I think PSG have the better midfield. Attack is so dependent on who PSG play. If they play, it has to be Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué, and one other. If it's Dembele and Barcola and one of the two that I just mentioned on the bench, it's a wrap. Those two are net negative, definitely. Barcola, Dembele, they're playing against us. Dembele in both ties was not good. In both ties, the tie in France against Villarreal wasn't good, and then the tie at Villa Park he wasn't good. I didn't watch his first leg against Liverpool, but I heard they missed a whole heap of chances. But even the second leg at Anfield, yeah, we scored the goal, but the reason why that went to extra time was largely due to him and Barcola. Poor decision making, poor finishing. So yeah, but yeah, Arsenal can definitely get at them defensively. As much as I rate Pacho and Mendes, Marquinhos just ain't it anymore. Hakimi suspect defensively, and Donnarumma got a mistake. 100%. Got a raise. Oh yeah, Arsenal ain't winning the champs. They'll lose to Barcelona or Inter Milan. I think the winner of that semi-final is the winner of the whole competition. Personally, that's what I think. Well, you lot continue to get your questions in. I'm only here for like 45 more minutes. 35. Actually, let me tell a lie. 35, 40 minutes. I got to run football. So the watch along will start late. Watch along will probably start like 7:30 rather than 7 p.m. Big up Hano as well. Were you disappointed with Real Madrid's performance? Extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Considering the level we know they can play at. Yes, they've not been at their best, but they are the kings of what we are. Venetia mentioned it in regards to Manchester United being scumbag FC. They've been the kings of that because they have quality at a high level, but their front four just didn't do it. That's the problem. Wasn't a midfield, wasn't really defensively, even though they weren't great. Arsenal's defense locked up their attack. That's why I thought Skelly, in particular, Skelly and Timber, I thought they were excellent in that second leg. I thought they were absolutely excellent in that second leg. Gave Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. nothing, and it happened the first. Vinny was poor over 2 legs. Mbappe was poor over 2 legs. Rodrigo was poor over 2 legs. And Bellingham was poor over 2 legs. When your front four are all poor, that's terrible rhyme. I would never rhyme like that on track, 1 syllables. So that was not on purpose, people. Feel terrible saying that in just conversation. If I said that on a track, I'd retire. You got no chance. When your attacking quartet performs like that, you got no chance. Now, could he have changed it earlier? Yes. You do have options. You do have a Goulet. You do have a Diaz. Try one of those 2. You do have a Endrick. Maybe try people in different positions. Maybe try Vinicius over the right-hand side, shift Mbappe to the left. Play Bellingham as a 9 type of thing. Drop Rodrigo in the 10. Try something else. Do something different. So, yeah, extremely disappointed. Even though they went out, I wouldn't have expected them to go out in the manner in which they did. Where Arsenal were comfortable. Super comfortable. 0 shots on target in the first half. That's all you need to know. Big up, Corey. Hope you're blessed. Make sure you lot subscribe to Corey AFC as well. Hope you're right, Venetia. Says PSG will knock out Arsenal flawless. I hope you're right. I just can't see it, but I hope you're right. I hear you, Ryan B. Can't wait till we finish the season. I'm with you. But do I think we'll win it? I think all 4 have as much the chance as each other. I think that's a terrible take, but I would expect nothing less from you. I've said it. I think the winner of it is the winner of the competition is the Barcelona Inter Milan. That's what I'd say. Best Madrid attacker and thoughts on man said Garnacho. They were all poor. They weren't a best attacker. They were all dreadful. And Vinicius Jr. has to hold smoke. I don't know what's going on with Vinicius Jr. this season, but he just doesn't look the same. I don't know what's happened. And it's not like he's had a bad injury where you go, oh, he's lost a yard of pace or he's lost something mentally. He's just not been on it. he's just not been on it, but it goes to show how important systems are. Him, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Bellingham, they have to get that together. And reports came out today saying after the Copa del Rey final, Ancelotti will step down. So whoever the next manager is has to sort that out. Let's say it is Klopp. Klopp has to figure that out. There is a way to figure it out. If it is, do you get rid of one? Do you switch up the system? Maybe you go to a back three and bring in a couple players. Maybe. But it's a great headache to have. It's a fantastic problem. I'd love nothing more than to have that type of problem. How do I get the best out of Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, and Rodrigo? And then I've got the likes of Güler and Diaz. And I'm definitely can go into the window and get more. So it's a good problem to figure out. This is why you get paid the big bucks. That's why you get paid the big euros, the big pounds, the big dirhams. Now, how to do it, I don't know. I don't know how I would do it, to be honest. I don't know. But then again, I'm a top level, elite level manager. I'm not an amateur level manager. Arsenal made Real Madrid look average. Got to admit when we are wrong. Big up Flawless in the chat. WrestleMania Saturday lock-in. Yes, I know Lewis is doing a WrestleMania watch along, and so is Troops as well. And yeah, I think everyone's already admitted, hey, we called this completely wrong. Props to Arsenal. Gave Arsenal their flowers and said thoroughly deserved. I am not. I run bants and jokes, but I'm not a hater. I'm not. All I know is when Don leaves and they sort out their recruitment, they'll be back on. Oh yeah, you'd expect Real Madrid to bounce back because they're always going to go and try and sign the best. So that's what I would say. Do you think Aston Villa versus Newcastle will be a big game for the top four? Absolutely, it'll be a big game for the top four. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the table and how close that running is. You got Newcastle on 59 points, Forest 57, City 55, Chelsea 54, Aston Villa 54. So I've said it already. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think in regards to top 5, it's free from that 5. Let's hope. As long as City don't get there, I'm not fussed. But Newcastle Villa is very, very, very key. And if Newcastle win it, and let's say Arsenal drop points, they're right there with them. Could be a point behind them if Arsenal do indeed lose. Because who are Arsenal playing, actually? Oh, they're playing Ipswich. Arsenal will beat Ipswich. But still, you're hoping that they've got one eye on Champions League semi-finals. So, yeah, we'll see what's what. But, yeah, it's a huge game. I'm looking forward to that Newcastle Villa game. Looking forward to it. Do I think Kobe will start today? Absolutely not. No, this manager's going to be absolutely make absolutely idiotic decisions. Absolutely idiotic decisions. That's what he's going to do. He's going, what's it called? Going to play Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund. That's going to be the trio up top. Onana in goal. It will be Maz, Maguire or Lindelof, Euro, Casemiro, Agate, Dalot, Dorgu, and then the front three I just mentioned. Fucking horrible. Pretty horrible season for you, Flawless. Us winning the league, Arsenal potentially winning the champs. I have no worries about Arsenal winning the Champions League. I'm good on that. You lot winning the league is terrible, but I have no concerns about Arsenal winning the Champions League whatsoever. They have a 1% chance of winning the Champions League. I'm good. I'm fine. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Villa, Newcastle, and City face each other soon. Yes, I believe so. They all face each other. Because I've been looking at the top 5 running, and everyone plays everyone pretty much. Like we've already mentioned, Villa play Newcastle. Villa also play City as well. And then I believe, let me check. I'm just having a look. So that's 2 games there for Villa. Newcastle play Chelsea. So there's one for Newcastle. And they play Villa, like I mentioned. So that's 2 for them. Chelsea got a tough run in as well. I think City got the most favorable run in, to be honest. Because Chelsea, I'm looking there now. Chelsea play Forest. And they play Newcastle. And they play Liverpool. So everyone, look, that's 3 of the teams that we just mentioned in that top 5 running. And I'm sure Forest got the same one. We know Forest play Chelsea as well. Let me have a look. If they've got 2. So Forest just have the one they play Chelsea, and that's pretty much it. Let me have a look at City. Just they're the last one. Everyone at least plays at 1 game against each other. City got favourable running, but City play Villa on Tuesday. See, so they got one as well. City play Villa away at Everton, home to Villa, home to Wolves, away to Southampton, home to Bournemouth, away at Fulham. So unfortunately, they'll probably get enough points on the fucking board. So I think Spurs are going out tonight. Yeah, I think they are. We know what Spurs are like when it comes to any form of hostile environment away from home. The fact that Frankfurt drew against them, though, and we know how bad Spurs are, and I heard Spurs should have won the game, that should give Spurs fans confidence. But I think Frankfurt will do the business. How have they been getting on? We actually have a look. How Frankfurt actually been getting on? Let's find out. Let's see. See how Frankfurt been getting on. Let's see. So they beat Heidenheim, lost to Werder Bremen the week before. I mean, the weekend before the Spurs' first leg, beat Stuttgart, lost to SG, beat Bochum, packed up Ajax, lost to Union Berlin. So it's a mixed bag, lost to Leverkusen, and that takes you back to the 1st of March. So I think it'll be a close game, but I think Spurs will go out. Do you think Ange should get the sack? Absolutely, Ange should get the sack. There's no way that he should be in the job. The way Spurs are playing, the amount of games they've lost, like they worse than us, and we're dreadful. So yes, how Ange still has a job, I have no idea. I have zero idea how Ange has a job. Thoughts on Van Dijk and Salah renewing? Great news for Liverpool. So I can really say on it, to be honest. Hit the like button, guys. Yes, like Venetia said, hit the like button. Let's get us up to 30 likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Continue to get your questions in as well. What's Kaneki stance on Amorim? Fuck the players. That's his stance on Amorim. Yeah, cool. You told me Arsenal were going to win the league for the last 3 years, so I ain't taking your opinion on Arsenal. Told me Arteta's a special manager. Still wait for him to do something special. They ain't shit against Barca. Arsenal will not win the Champions League. Oh, yeah, I ain't got no worry about that. Zero worries. Zero whatsoever. Hano here singing. Clearly, Hano wanted Garnacho at Chelsea is here singing his name. Damn. First, each to their own, I suppose. What's the lineup you want to see with the players we have available? Fuck, that's a good question. Caught me up. Bayern there, even though he made the mistake against Newcastle, I'm tired of Onana. I'd go Maz right centre-back. I'd play Euro central centre-back and Heaven left-sided centre-back. I want to see Euro as a central centre-back. It seems, will continue to have injury problems, so it's like, try Euro at central centre-back. Wing-backs. I'd put a Mass right wing-back. Actually, scratch that. I'll put Garnacho right wing-back. I'll put Dorgu left wing-back. Is Collier available? I'll put Cass in there in the midfield. If Collier is available, I'll play him. And then, like I said, Maino, Mount Bruno. I would have risked Maino from the start. Actually, now, I wouldn't. I play Ericsson, Mount Bruno. Bear in mind, people, that's horrible. But my team is much better than the team we're going to see. Heaven's out. What's the small setback? What is the setback? What the? So what's the squad then? What is going on? Let me actually have a look at this. Let me have a look at that. Here we go. Let's see. Let's have a look at this. Well, just tell me what's this predicted lineup? But this could be wrong still. Like in regards to available. Is there actually a squad available? Has a squad been announced? Let me know. Would I take who? Daniel. Yeah, it's not a good lineup, Venetia, but it's better than that rubbish he gonna put out there. Do I like the front three? No. Do I like the midfield? No. The wing backs? No. Well, the wing back with the Garnacho? No. The only thing I really goalkeeper? No. There's only really the back three. That's it. That is it. Like, oh, I don't know about him, Garassi, to even comment. Okay, I've never watched him, so I can't comment. Do I agree with some Arsenal fans saying Arteta deserves a statue if they win the? Of course, he deserves a statue if they win the Champions League. What are we talking about? Yes, of course you do. You have just gone there to a big club and helped them win their first ever Champions League. You deserve a statue, without doubt. Without doubt. Prediction for today's game. 2-1 Manchester United. Arsenal happy they beat Real Madrid knowing they won't win the Champions League. I hear you. Venetia says, would you give Amorim the summer window or Ineos should let him go based on our results? I'd give him the summer window because I blame them not as much as him, but they what's the words I'm looking for? I'm critical of them because they are not equally to blame, but they take a heavy proportion of the blame. Because they did this. This is on you. And this stems from your poor decision-making with Ten Hag, and now we've ended up in the situation we're in. Should Amorim be doing better? Absolutely, yes. Is he doing horrendous? Yes. Much more bad than good? Also, yes. However, they've put this man in this situation in regards to this platform, and this is your guy, back him. But if he was to get sacked, he can have no complaints because his record is absolutely disgusting. His record is dreadful. So if they were to sack him, it's like, okay, but did they have a plan after him? No. This was a rush plan. This was super rushed. Completely super rush plan. They weren't like, all right, let's go get Amorim because we can do this, this, and this. They just seen the name and was like, all right, let's go get Amorim. We can fix this. No thought process. Dude, you were out here issuing ultimatums. How about you just went and got him in the summer and gave him a better platform to succeed? And then if he was still getting results like this, you're well and good to sack him. It's foolishness. That's why when people there's two reasons why I don't want Amorim gone. One, I want no more remontadas for these players. I want these players gone first and foremost. And if we get a new manager, it'll be clean slates. Let me see what I can do. I want no more of that. And two, Ineos fix this. Ineos fix this. Fix this shit. You lot did this. You lot. I'm saying you're indecisive. We have gone backwards. The people conveniently want to forget, and I keep stating this, the conversation at the start of the season, not even at the start of the season, last season. It's been a year now because they took over. It was February or March when Jim Ratcliffe first got in. February or March. The whole conversation was Manchester United getting football structure and how much that was going to help us, how much that was going to improve us. Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, the French guy we just let go. Is it Blanc? The French guy we just let go. All of these things. We all see, I don't know, if for those that are on socials, which is the vast majority of you lot, we all seen them trees, the trees on social media with the Manchester United hierarchy. So they'd have like the COO, then the CEO, and then the director of football, and the technical director, and then the head scout, and and all. Where's all this help? Because we've gone backwards. If he doesn't win this Europa League, we've had our worst ever season literally across the board. Worst ever Premier League season, worst ever Premier League points total, worst ever goal difference, worst ever goal scored. That list go on to be more. Worst ever win rate, worst ever loss rate. List goes on. Probably worst ever home record, worst ever away record. Probably all, and it's probably more. I've just named 5, 6, 7 stats off the top of my head, and I know there's more. And that falls on the manager, but that also falls on them Egypts up top. This is why you don't go for a job you are not qualified for. I didn't want them in the first place. Didn't want them in the first place. And this is why. This is fucking why. Jokers, fix it. You lot wanted to be big and bad and take over Manchester United, and Ratcliffe was out here doing interviews at the start and and all this. Nah, fix this. Don't run, don't hide, don't trip. Fix this. You're now under the spotlight as much as the manager's under the spotlight. We know these players are terrible. You're new, the manager's new. Fix this. Everyone, the hierarchy. I'm saying from Amorim, his coaching staff, to everyone up above in the hierarchy. Fix this shit. Big up Flawless. I started YouTube with 1.6k views in 4 days. Love that, Andrew, man. Love that for you. Big up. Big up to our boss who says Amorim should leave. We can't be winning 6. We can't be winning 6 of 21 in this club, even with how poor we've been. I hear you. I'm not even disputing you, Abbas. If people want Amorim gone, I fully understand. Because you can't defend that. Fully understand. What do you take on the United Ruben Amorim's? Say this again, James, and I'll answer it. Say this again. Ineos expected Amorim to do better than Ten Hag, but I still think they'll stick with him for now. He will be under net pressure next season for sure. I hear you, Venetia, and that's it. And we all I expected him to do better. We all, I think, that's why this whole it was going to get worse and where we should be 14th, 15th. No, should not be 3 points off 17th. We should not have failed to win back-to-back Premier League games. Nonsense. Nonsense. He'll be under pressure, but so he will be under pressure next season for sure. And we better do the business in the window as well. Question: would you be annoyed with your owners if they sacked the manager in the summer? No, I wouldn't be annoyed. Then I'd be like, what's the plan? I have no issue if they sacked him today. They announced before the game, after the game, regardless of the result. We could go through and they was like, all right, we're sacking him. I hear it. My thing is, what is the plan? I don't believe these people have a plan. That's where my issue lies. I don't rate Ineos. I think they have been, like she keeps mentioning this, when it comes to the managerial side of things and pretty much everything outside of bringing in players, all they've done is cover up for their fuck-ups. All they've been doing is trying to recover their own mistakes. And they made too many mistakes. Like that whole Ten Hag thing is an absolute joke, and that has contributed massively to where we are at. Massively where we are at. Because even if Amorim was doing well, you know what the conversation would be if Amorim was doing well? Or what would happen? What would have happened if he would have had a full season and he had his players because he's doing this well with the mess Ten Hag left him with? So we'd still be looking at it like, what if? Say we did finish 2 points off 4th. Be like, right, I gave him the full season, we probably finished top 4, top 5. Or if he finished 2 points off 6th or 8th, or we got to a final and lost, or we got to 2 finals and lost, the list goes on. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. What do you think makes it? Who do I think makes it to the Champions League final? Ideally, Inter versus PSG. Realistically, Arsenal, Barca. Realistically, my opinion, I think it will be an Arsenal-Barcelona final. I do agree with you. I think that will be the final. The final I want is PSG-Barcelona, because that final will be fire. Because that is two teams that are just going to go and go for it. We could see a record number of shots like on target, record numbers of big chances created, because they're two teams who are just going to go for it. Look at them two midfields. I was saying this. You got Vitinho, Ruiz, João Neves on one side, and you have Pedri, Gavi, and De Jong on the other side. Who's tackling? Ain't no one there tracking runners like that. They all trying to get on the board and play. There's no pragmatism in there. I rate all those midfields, and those three against each other. Are they just trying to get on the ball and play? And if you've got Desiree Doué and Kvaratskhelia on one side, you got Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski on the other. Barca play a high line. PSG at times play a high line. Oh, shit, that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? That'd be, I can't wait. Be great. That'd be great. No, Slot hasn't surprised me this season. I think he's been terrible. Awful manager. Should be sacked. Ryan B says, next season will be make or break for Amorim. Only reason I'm backing him because he ain't got no players in yet he deserves a chance. I hear Ryan B. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. If fans are saying Ineos are responsible for the results Amorim is getting right now, what do we say about Ruud getting results with the same squad? I'm tired of excuses. This manager is not up to it. Here's what I say to that. They're not responsible for the results Amorim's getting right now. Have they played a part? Yes. 110% they played a part. Same way if they would have kept Ruud, and Ruud was getting the results he was getting and would have carried on, because we don't know how Ruud was going to carry on, but Ruud performed well in those 4 games, they would have got praise. That's how it works, Abbas. If it goes well, you get praise. If it doesn't go well, you receive criticism. So if they would have sacked Ten Hag, Ruud, and would have stuck with Ruud as interim, and Ruud gets results, you know what? I'd be sat here saying, hey, props to Ineos. You know why? You lot stuck with Ruud to the end of the season. You didn't go out and get a manager. You stuck with Ruud, and we did this, this, and this. We finished here. We won this, or whatever the case may be. That's how it works. So it's no, they're not responsible, but I'm not alleviating them from any responsibility. No, they're responsible. Who's mostly responsible? Ruben Amorim. But Ineos responsible? Of course they are. There's no excuses. I just proportion blame because they're not blameless. Fuck no, are they blameless? They contributed to this. They contributed to this massively. They got flawless question I have as well, as I just thought about it today. How comes we starting to get all these injuries now when we wasn't getting these injuries before when Ruben first arrived? Normally when there's a change in training method, you'll get injuries. That I understand. Because your body's used to doing one thing and training a certain way, and now you're doing something completely different. And that could be necessarily, let's say we're doing less running now. That could affect you. Or it could be more running. Or it's more strength work. Or it's more tactical work, like it's a change. What the changes are, obviously, I don't know because I'm not watching. So that's why I don't worry too much. If it continues over the next 12 to 18 months, that's when I'd then be concerned. But it's a change, so I understand to an extent why injuries are getting picked up. Flawless. I got my job interview today. As I told you, I've got the job and I'm starting work tomorrow. Hey, love that, man. Hey, you lot, congratulate my guy Vodge in the chat, man. Love that. Love that, man. Love that. Big up. Oh yeah, Venetia. I don't worry about Arsenal over winning the Champions League. Big up CP says I think it's in at PSG. I hope so. As long as Arsenal don't get through, I'm with you. Exactly that, Ryan B. It's rare you get. I can't remember the last final. You lot will have to correct me, where all 6 midfielders are all ball playing midfielders. Of course, they can defend and cut off passing lanes, and there is some tenacity, but they are all want to get on the ball midfielders. There's no Casemiro there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody like that. There's no like Onana there who's playing for Villa. Like, I'm trying to think of other teams. You don't know the vibes I'm getting. There's no Rice there. There's no Partey there. It's not a Chouameni. It's not a Camavinga who you associate alongside with on the ball, some of them, but also off the ball. All the midfielders I mentioned, we associate on the football, on the front foot. And that's why it's rare you get 6. And not only is it's 6 of quality, and then in front of that, you've got quality. And they're both suspect defensively. And both goalkeepers ain't the best either. Run me that final, man. Run me that final. I hope it's like, it could be like 4-3 or something like that. Run me the final. Run me the final. He's someone who needs to have that front three completely changed, or the front three need to start pressing. Are you talking about United? Hey, Venetia, you know it. I know it. Anyone with a brain and 2 eyeballs who's watched Manchester United for any significant period of time over the past 3 years under Ten Hag knew this. But she says they should have not kept Ten Hag after the FA Cup final. Make it make sense. I hear you. I can hear you. From Brighton, Fulham, and Bournemouth, who do you think gets 8th place for the Conference League? 3 inconsistent teams. That's why they're vying for 8th. Let me actually check their fixtures. I'll be able to tell you off that. Let me see. Let me actually pull up their fixture list and see what's what and see the points total. So Bournemouth 48, Fulham 48, Brighton 48. Okay. Who've Bournemouth got? United home. So Palace away, United at home, Arsenal away, Villa at home, City away, friggin' hell, Leicester at home. Jesus. Ain't gonna be Bournemouth. Not with that running. Exclude Bournemouth. They're not with that running whatsoever. Yeah, them teams I just mentioned. No. They won't pick up enough points. Let's see Fulham. Chelsea at home, Southampton away, Villa away, Everton at home, Brentford away, City at home. That's tough, but not as tough as Bournemouth. Brighton might actually sneak this, but you never know with Brighton because they can go lose a game you'd expect them to win. And go lose it comfortably. Brentford away, West Ham at home, Newcastle at home, Wolves away, Liverpool at home, Tottenham away. I'll go Fulham. Fulham will do it. I'll go Fulham. Yeah, you got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about Arsenal winning the champs. Just relax. James says, if Amorim wins the Europa League, do you think they back him and buying players? I think they back him and buying players regardless of the Europa League. I don't think it's dependent on the Europa League. Maybe some extra money becomes available winning the Europa League, and then it's an extra incentive you can use to say to players, hey, we just won the Europa League, we're in the Champions League. But other than that, it shouldn't have too much bearing if they're doing their due diligence and doing their job properly. They're doing their job properly. We should be like, that should be, conversations should be happening now. We should be looking at targets, talking to agents, talking to players as of now, and identifying who we want and what we're doing. If we wait into the Europa League, we're working backwards. But this is a massive, massive rebuild. This is your guy. You have to back him. You have to back him. I'm thinking Ruben's doing a similar thing to Ten Hag, where the last few weeks he's been feeling the pressure and he thinks to get himself out of the problem is to work the players too hard in training. Maybe it's that. But there's no one injured. There's no one injured I look at and go is a big miss. Outside of Mano and Ahmad. Mano's back. He's on the bench. Ahmad was on grass. Who's missing? Am I missing anyone, King? I know someone said in the chat, Warrior J said that Heaven might not be in the squad. But other than that, who? There's no one else missing that I look at and go, yeah, there's a problem. Maybe a Collier. But it's 2-3 players. Am I missing someone? with players being injured. These are no losses. Some of these some of these players' biggest problems is being available all the fucking time. I think that, but De Ligt had these injury problems before Amorim. Was he not injured when he first got here, but he didn't start under Ten Hag, if I'm correct, right? Was he not having niggling injuries before? Wait 1 second. Let me have a look. Let me have a look here. Literally just pulling this up now. See, this is the first time actually, no, this is the first time De Ligt's been injured for us. It's only been 18 days. So he's been injured from the April the 1st to the 18th. But before that, he had 4 days that was ill. And then for his injury, his record was terrible for... Actually, it wasn't even that bad for... No, it was bad for Bayern Munich. He missed 23 days, 43 days, and then 10 days. So he had a knock, then he had an inner knee ligament tear, and then he had another inner ligament injury as well. So he had a knock September the 25th to October the 17th, 2023. Then November the 2nd, 2023 to December the 14th, 2023. Then April the 27th, 2024 to May the 6th, 2024. So I think his injury record has been decent. I don't think that's on the manager. Plus, it's a foot injury, so he wasn't training. If it was like a hamstring or something like that, then you go, all right, it was a foot injury. So them things happen. I don't really worry about it too much. Could argue he's our best centre back. He's quality. What is going on? Oh yeah, I do. Go. Yeah, I do. Back. Well, you lot continue to run up the likes. Over 40 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 40 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. Like check 1 2 1 2. I'm closing out in like 15 minutes. I'm going to play football real quick before I get to this game. So the watch along will be slightly later. Half an hour, people. Half an hour. Like I said. Run up the likes. Yeah, they only had illness before, so I don't really worry about it. Like I said, if it was a hamstring or it's his calf stretched or something like that, I go, maybe. Foot injury can happen on a challenge. Let's see. Final few questions, people. Weekend predictions. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't care less about the weekend. I'm not going to lie. Flawless Amorim, 1 game a week next season. Where should he finish? Depends on there's so many variables. I think 1 game a week is overrated. I think 1 game a week is supremely overrated. I don't think it gives you a big advantage whatsoever. Then people really overrate it. 2, I don't want the Manchester United manager getting used to playing 1 game a week. Because if you're a big club and challenging for trophies, come March, April, May, guess what? You're going to be playing 2 games in 6 days and 3 games in 10 days. Because if you're fighting across all competitions, that's why you have a big 26-man squad. Don't want that. Don't want this 1 game a week thing. We having 1 game a week, something went wrong. We're competing now we're not competing for the Premier League, but we're in 2 competitions. This is why we're playing 2 games a week. Take the Europa League out, it means what are you fighting for? But in regards to where we should finish next season is variable on who do we sign, how good our window is. If we have a phenomenal window, I'm going to be like, we should finish here. If we have a mediocre window, I'll be like, here. If we have a poor window, it's going to be here. And what the other teams do as well. Because everyone's fighting. Everyone's probably rebuilding. Take out Liverpool, but they'll probably go again. So Liverpool will look to sign players, definitely. Arsenal will go again in the window. Chelsea will go again in the window. Spurs will go again in the window. Who am I missing? Yeah, I just mentioned Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. City are definitely going to go again in the window. And then what did the other teams do? What did Aston Villa do? What did Newcastle do? Brighton, Bournemouth. What do all of these teams do in that top half and in and around the European spots? Do they lose? The Bournemouth get raided and lose a lot of their good players? Does that happen to Fulham? Does it happen to Villa? Does it happen to Newcastle? Did Newcastle lose Isak and Tonali? For example. Did they lose him? Flawless, what would be a better achievement? Slot's title season or Conte, as I told you, Slot's overrated. He's terrible. He's trash. Stop asking me about him. We're doing the less out of all teams. Facts. We'll see, Dank. We'll see. We'll see. What players would have signed in the summer? More so profiles. But 2 players that definitely go get is Cunha and Oshiman. They would be they will be top of my list. 110%. They're two players I go and get without doubt. And then the others is profiles. So not necessarily Semenyo, but somebody like Semenyo. But all right, then central midfield, I'm looking for two central midfielders. So one who can play progressive passes through the lines, can pick up the ball on the half turn, spin, play the line, and then someone who's a ball carrier. Someone who can pick up the ball like a Moussa Dembele, for example, like Frankie de Jong, someone who's press resistant, but is a very, very good carry, just carry the ball up the pitch. Kind of like how you see Morgan, you see how Morgan Rogers is, but not Morgan Rogers because he's more offensive, but somebody of that profile who can play in a deeper role with that type of ball carrying ability. Yeah, that's it. Someone like that. So yeah, see, Amando, listen. Literally just said, Semenyo isn't. I literally just said, this is why I don't let this guy on the show and don't listen. Not Semenyo, somebody of his profile. But see, man just be in there chatting shit, not listening, just talking absolute shit. Where we at? What else was I saying? What else? Those two central midfielders. Wingback, I'm actually cool with. I'm actually cool with wingbacks. When I go sign a centre back, we're losing. If we lose Lindelof, Maguire, and Evans, we'll need one. Because that would leave us with Maz, De Ligt, Euro, Heaven. You don't want to be playing three centre backs and you only have four. You could have Delo in there. Maybe you go sign a youngster. But I don't think that's necessary. Oh, yeah, new goalkeeper as well. New goalkeeper without doubt. New goalkeeper. 1 second. I'm trying to get to the rest of these comments. Big up Abbas is flawless. Has Amorim shown you anything that makes you think he should be back, especially with the result? I just can't wrap my head around it. Very little. Very, very little. That's why I said, Abbas, off the rip, when you said your first comment, when you said you want him gone. I have no pushback against that. If someone's Amorim out, I hear it. I understand it. You can't defend what's gone on. The only thing he showed me is the things he showed me is very, very small in the game. It's very, very minor things. That's it. But I trust these players less and I trust this board less. I want that man gone. Yeah, Daniel, believer. Exactly. That type of player. Run me a believer-esque player. Don't necessarily have to be believer, but somebody like that. Same way I said Semenyo, but it don't have to be somebody like that. Somebody of that profile. Because there's Semenyos and believers out there. Go find them. Where we move. Oh, tired of this guy. Just chatting rubbish. Give me a sec. Hold up. And you lot continue to run up the likes as well, people. Continue to run up the likes. I don't know why I didn't time this guy out before. Sitting there just chatting rubbish, man. No time for it. Put the time out, man. Just chatting shit. And you lot run up the likes as well, man. We still not at 40 likes, man. Girls up to 40 likes. Did that work? Yeah, it did. Okay, where we at? Yeah. A new goalkeeper is a must. New goalkeeper, definitely Ryan as well. I've said this fine. New goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders, 10 striker. Just goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders, 10 striker. So you're just talking a 5 straight down the middle. Yes. Flawless. If one team gets 90 plus points and wins title in manager's third season and remaining teams are all ish, is it bad season or what do you call it? It's a great season. I don't worry about all that because I've seen excellent Manchester United teams win Premier League titles and I've seen not so good Manchester United teams win Premier League titles. Do I celebrate any of them any less? No. I've seen Manchester United win 3 away games in a season and pick up a league title. Couldn't care less. I think this team this season probably has more away wins than that side that won the title in 2011. More away wins. Or probably around the same. Could I care less? No. We won the league. I don't worry about all that type of stuff. Don't worry about all the extra stuff. So extras. How much Ineos willing to spend though? Because United make a lot of sales. I doubt there'd be many new entries, if at all. Well, they have to be smart with their recruitment. You don't have to spend big. You have to spend smart. You can sign 5-6 players for 100 million. because you're going to make sales. Let's say we get rid of 10 players, all at 10 million, because a lot of players, that's 100 million right there you've raised for those 10 players. Just using that as a blanket statement. You can sign 5-6 players for 100 M's. Easy. Don't have to be expensive players. This is where recruitment comes in. This is why you get paid the big money. This is why your scouts, your head scout, your director of football, your technical director, and all the people involved get paid massive amounts of money to do this job. Is it tough? Yes, but this is why you are compensated so well. Do the job. Do the job. So it's on them. Oh, yeah, shit. Big up my guy, Keke Letso, man. Big up, man. I hope you're good. I did see you say blessed. My bad. I hope you're blessed, my G. Are there any young G's you can see establish themselves in the squad next season? Yeah, definitely. Heaven, I like. Collier, Cheeto, Amas. Is it Mantato? I've heard a lot about Kone. Because the level's not high. So it's like, if you're of any form of decent level, which the ones I've mentioned, the ones I've seen, I think they could establish themselves. Like if Heaven played tonight, I'd be like, all right, I called for Heaven to play. I called for Collier to play. If Mantato started tonight, I go, all right, cool. Cheeto can't because he's not in the squad, but if he was starting, cool. I have no issues with the young G's. I've been saying for months now, hey, play the youngsters. And when they've actually played, they've actually done all right. He's just not done it for whatever reason, which I think is a major error on his part. And it's contributed to why we are where we are. But, yeah. We move. See what else you lot are saying. Yeah, man, you lot should have done timed him out. Because man just be chatting and don't listen. So it's like I got no time for that. Zero time for it. I know, Keeman, I don't have the flu. I'm good. I'm blessed. I just didn't have no water on deck. Well, I do now. Yeah, that's it. Coward. He's very coward. I'm not calling him a coward, but the moves are very coward-like. The way he's been playing is very coward-like. And that is very sad to see from someone who I had high hopes for, and someone who came in with the reputation he had, someone who had the success he had, and you've came in and been like, and just reverted to just being defensive and not getting beat. Be brave. He literally got a free hit in the eyes of the board. They're not going to sack you. If he did this next season, I'd understand reverting back to type because your job's under pressure. Your job's not under pressure. Fans will always be on your case. We'll do that. The board will never go and sack you. As long as we weren't getting relegated, which was never going to happen, the board will not go and sack you. I don't even think it's stuck in his ways because he's playing 7 defensive players. You're playing 3 you're playing a back 3, 2 wing backs, and 2 defensive midfielders. So not only you're just, again, aim not to get beat. What's wrong with you? Go out there and attack. Worst case scenario, we lose. Worst case. Well, at least you go, all right, you stuck to your principles and you're trying to attack. Everything is just very, very safe. This guy, if he's a boxer, just jab hold, get distance. Never wants to throw the right hand. You might stun your opponent, you might knock him out. Throw the right hand over the top. Hit, you know what I'm saying? Throw a hook shot to the body or something to the body. This guy just jab at distance, outside, jab, hold, don't want to fight. Scared to get punched in the face. You don't get punched in the face. Same way in football, you're going to concede goals. You're going to lose matches. 8 defensive players. You know what I'm saying? 8 defensive players. Amorim is a cautionary tale for fans and how we view young managers. It's harder to believe in your team when you don't have worthy accolades. But surely you believed in your team, Keke Letso, to come to Manchester United at the point you did, considering the scenario we was in. Surely you do. Surely you do. Surely you do. Right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. How you just revert? Just attack. Play some young youth players and put some attacking players out there, because our attack is terrible with attackers on the pitch. So from what are you playing 3 attacking players? And we don't get goals like that anyway. We don't have reliable goal scorers in this team. Bruno got 5 goals from open play this season in the Premier League. Garnacho, I think, has got 4 goals. Hoyland's got like 2, or Hoyland got 4 and Garnacho got 2. So Yes, I did see what Eubank Jr. What Eubank Senior said about Eubank Jr. cracking it, because he don't mess with that. He's a man of like honor, like of high honor, and holds himself in high regard in that sense, like actions. So yeah. Flawless, which goalkeeper would you want us for us to sign? None of the goalkeepers stand out, you know. When I look at Manyong, Costa, and I just use those two. Manyong gets injured a lot. Costa, when I've watched him a few times, has made mistakes. So I look at it like none of these. And the thing is, you don't need a great goalkeeper to go compete for top 4, top 6. You just need a competent one. Arsenal finished comfortably inside the top 4 with Ramsdale. None of us would really want Ramsdale now. So it's just about getting a competent goalkeeper of a certain level. Thoughts on Maresca? Struggling. He's someone else who needs to get it together and sort it out. He is struggling. I think people vastly overrated that Chelsea attack. And I think Palmer needs help, even though Palmer needs to perform better, because that attack is not. I won't take none of those Chelsea attackers. I won't take any of them. Jackson, I think, is good, but only to a level. Sancho, obviously, for obvious reasons, wouldn't work here. I think Madueke's terrible. Mudrik's terrible. Neto, I don't know what's going on with Neto. So, yeah. He was flawless, but man was even shook at the amount of press conferences he had to do. I think he underestimated the scale of your club. Maybe you underestimated that and vastly underestimated how bad the team is. That's fair, KK. Let's say that's fair. Big up to Jardel says, big up flawless. How are you going to deal with Troops tomorrow? The same way we always deal with Troops. People say this all the time. Well, Troops is unbearable. Troops is always unbearable. Win, lose, or draw for Arsenal. Go and have the conversation. Let him say what he's got to say about Arsenal and see what he's got to say about winning the champs. Right, last question. Flawless, I think PSG can be a difficult game for Arsenal, then Real Madrid, and Arsenal miss Pie in first leg. How do you think it will go? Pie is a big miss for them. PSG, I just don't think I have enough going forward. Arsenal are too good defensively for PSG's attack. See like Arsenal like 2-0. See Arsenal 2-0, to be honest. Defensively too good, too strong. But yeah, that's it, people. We are going to close out. Run up the likes because I need to run to get to football, people. So run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button on the video as well. We'll be back live 7:30 p.m. 30 minutes before kickoff for that Manchester United Lyon game. Already said it. Manchester United to win 2-1 against Lyon, and I think Spurs will lose 2-0 out in Frankfurt. So big up, love to everyone, man. All the members, all the moderators, all the regulars, all the new people. Big up everyone supporting, man. Much, much, much appreciated for real. Who's actually live? Who's live? Let me know who's live, you lot. I checked there, but I just want to double check because sometimes the YouTube studio be playing up. So, yeah. Who's actually live? Oh, Zay's live. All right. See? That didn't pop up. I had to type that in. I'm going to send you lot over to Zay, people. That's what it is. So just put Sarcasm City TV raid in Zay's chat. But big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Again, thank you very much for tuning in.